Hi, this is Tyler with Optimize, and today we're going to be looking at a common error code on air-cooled Generac generators, which is a code 1100. And so the causes of these code could be very simple things, and we're going to look at a few of those. So if we look at this controller here at the generator, the first thing we're going to notice is an error code, stopped alarm overcrank. So an 1100 error code means overcrank, which simply means that the generator tried to start but was unable to crank fully. And so we're going to look at one of the most common causes of this problem and what to do about it. So the first thing that we want to check is fuel pressure. So the first thing is, if you were installed by Optimize, we have two gas valves on the gas line. So we want to ensure that those gas valves are open fully. That enables the gas to get all the way to the generator, so when it tries to start, it can crank up. So if we look at this gas line here, there's going to be a yellow valve, or could be red or white, but there's going to be a valve. This valve is parallel with the gas pipe, which means it is open. So that's the first thing to check. And there's another one. So if we walk over here behind the generator, there's a valve here as well. And so unlike the other valve, this valve is perpendicular to the pipe, which means that it is in the off position. So the very first thing you want to check on your gas system is to ensure that both of these valves are open. To do that, you're simply going to give it a turn, and now the gas line is open. Once you have figured out what the problem is for the generator, you're going to want to come over to the controller and you're going to want to clear the code to get rid of that 1100. So you're going to press off and then enter, and that is now going to clear the code, and then you're going to press auto to put it back into the automatic position. If you are currently out of power when you are experiencing this issue, the generator is going to automatically crank back up and try again. If you are not currently out of power, but you want to ensure that the generator is working properly, all you have to do is hit this blue manual button to crank it back up. And there you go. Once the generator cranks, you can let it run for about a minute or two to ensure that there are no longer any fuel problems with the generator. And then you're going to put it back in auto to get it back for the next outage. If you look at your gas lines and see that both of the valves are in the open position, the second thing that you're going to want to check is what we call the stepper motor on the generator. And so you would come and you can pull this front cover off, and you're going to want to check right on the bottom of here. There's a little switch, and you're going to just push it up and down to make sure that it fully moves in a full swing position. If it does that, so when you're ready and you're done looking at the stepper motor, you can go ahead and put this back on when you're ready. So again, if you have any issues that you're unable to resolve, just call Optimize at the number below, and we'll be happy to send a service technician out to help you. Thank you for choosing Optimize, the generator people.